Fallout is a franchise I'm not overly familiar with, aside from watching the show and playing a bit of Fallout 4 when it came out.
It's only a matter of time before there's some real trouble.
I really haven't engaged that much with the series, and I wanted to change that, which is why I decided to play New Vegas, because New Vegas is kind of the odd one out when it comes to Fallout games. For example, it wasn't actually developed by Bethesda, and it also sold less than Fallout 3 and 4, but yet a lot of people seem to go crazy for this game, and say it's by far the best in the series. That's why I decided to go back and try out Fallout New Vegas for the first time to see if it holds up. The game starts off not in a vault like you might expect, but instead as an Amazon delivery worker that made the unfortunate mistake of asking for a raise. But the story doesn't stop here, because somehow thanks to this old man I survived the gunshot. But clearly I'm still not seeing straight, because somehow this picture is one of these options, and not two bears high-fiving. Once I recover, I make sure to thank the doctor for saving my life by stealing everything he owns.
I know what it's like having something taken from you.
A few moments later.
Take that, I don't even read, but I'll have this too. And then head into the town. The first person I meet is Sunny, who not only gives a masterclass on how to voice act,
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to.
but also teaches me how to use a gun, which comes in really handy for the rest of my tour of the town.
Why don't you just move on to another town?
I then come across a man who's lurking on the outskirts of the town, and find out that he's plotting to kill one of the townspeople. So obviously to pay back the people that saved my life, I help this guy by killing Ringo. I've decided to kill you for Joe Cobb. I better let him know at least.
What? No.
And letting the town get taken over. Now that everyone in this town was dead, I decided it might be a good time to head out. While making my way to the next town, I instantly waste all the reputation I'd gained with the powder gangers when I run into a couple of them and decide it's a good idea to take their items right in front of them.
I don't think I'll be turning my back to you anytime soon.
When I finally make it to Prim, I find out the town has been taken over by convicts. And while I'm liberating it, that's what happens when you have unprotected sex. No condom, you end up like these guys. I managed to rescue the deputy, only for him to get killed 30 seconds later. And now suddenly it's my job to find a replacement for him. On my journey to find a new deputy, I go to ask the NCR for help, but they seem a little too busy to do anything. Well, he seems busy, I better not disturb him. After that, I head back out into the wasteland and make my way to Nipton, where I'm greeted by a man who tells me about how he won the lottery, but it turns out the only prize he got was his life, because the rest of the town had been massacred. While I'm in Nipton, I find the gang that caused all this, but since I have my own complicated history with the town, I let it slide. A little while later, I stumble across Novak and get a little handsy. I think this counts as stealing. Instantly turning everyone against me.
Had enough?
So I head back out into the wasteland and wait for them to cool off. While roaming around, I find an NCR ranger who asks for my help. It turns out he wants me to help him kill his captured men in exchange for some caps. But the joke's on him because I would have done it for free. Even though these guys are NCR, I actually have to gun down these innocent hostages. That's why this game is peak. Hey, later, buddy. After this, I head back to Novak and start to explore now that the people don't hate me. The first person I meet is Lenny, who really has a thing for dinos, but unfortunately it seems like he's the only one.
If you're here for the T-Rex figurines, you're just in time. There's still a few left.
Cliff, I have to be honest with you, this cannot be a sustainable business in a wasteland.
Darn it, no one ever buys the T-Rex.
Who could have ever seen that coming? The next person I end up meeting is Boone, who needs my help finding out who in the town betrayed his wife. And when I do, I take the old lady on a nice evening stroll. The signal is given. I'm really glad I ended up doing this, because it unlocked Boone as a buddy for me, and this guy's an absolute menace. Boone, stop moaning, bro, we got to do. I then meet Manny, who sends me on a mission to get rid of some ghouls that live nearby. These ghouls are pretty much just like the Heaven's Gate cult in real life, down to the part where when they blast off into space, they leave one poor guy behind to tell the story. So obviously seeing that he's sad that he got left behind, I call him a loser and kill him. You're pathetic.
Leave me alone. Everyone else does.
After that, I finally make it to New Vegas, and as soon as I get there, I take care of the first thing I set out to do when I started this game.
Come here, baby. I'm all yours. Are you ready to be all mine?
I'm ready! Oh yeah, and I also kill Benny. It turns out this makes TV star and owner of the casino's Dr. House really happy. It also turns out Dr. House has a plan for the wasteland. But in order for it to work, I have to visit a couple of factions for him. The first one I visit is Caesar's Legion, and rather than trying to talk to them, Boone instantly starts gunning everybody down, so I have no choice but to follow his lead. Let's just start nading. Frag out! Oh shit! Stop! Thank God that I put all my points into speech. Next I visit the boomers, who asked me to do a bunch of chores for them so that I can gain their trust. So just like everybody else that tries to get me to do chores, they end up getting boomed.
How about you look into repairing the...
Enjoy that. An idiot. Evil playthrough. Dude, they literally wanted me to do chores. They're like, oh, how about you fix everything in this town? Slavery was abolished, bro. We're not doing that. And if you think that that was an overreaction, just know they also took my medical license from me. This man's leg is seriously damaged and will require amputation, and proper treatment will kill him. Are you sure you want to attempt the operation? Medicine 50 and higher required. Attempt it. Without examining the leg further, you decide it requires amputation. Before you even make it down to the bone, you realize you may have skipped a few important steps and the patient quickly bleeds to death from severed artery.
Hold it right there.
Whoops.
You had no business treating that man. You may have spared him a lingering death, but that's straight out malpractice.
Whoops. And third is the Brotherhood of Steel. And this time I promise I was actually helping them, until I saw this terminal that could make the whole place self-destruct, and I just couldn't resist. Now that all the factions were dealt with, Mr. House sends me on a mission to protect the president from an assassination attempt. But during his long speech, I go on my phone and see the launch price of the Nintendo Switch 2, and suddenly my priorities change. After that, all I have to do is override a reactor, which is guarded by a ton of NCR troops. But lucky for me, they're about as smart as a seagull.
You visiting every NCR post just to see the sights? This here's the Dorado.
Visiting every NCR post
We're
to see the
power
sights.
back home.
This here's the
What the fuck? What are these bots, bro? With everything now done, Mr. House and I execute Order 66, activating the Securitron army and turning the NCR into dust. Mr. House then calls me a good boy, takes over the wasteland, and that's about it. Fallout New Vegas is a great game. That being said, it's not... Huh. That was weird. Anyway, what I was saying was... This game is not perfect. I played on PC during my playthrough, and my game crashed a bunch. On top of this, whenever you tab out, for some reason your frames just get capped to 30. The combat can also feel pretty clunky, and the sprint speed it could be better. Overall, I'd say Fallout New Vegas is just like my grandma. It might not be the fastest, newest game, but it's got some damn good stories. If you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you might like this one. You can also click here to subscribe.